great. If you feel like you need to have surgery, you can. But you can't come with the excuse of, oh no, I'm not trying to be a role model, I'm not trying to be anything. Cut that out. Cut that out. Guys, if you see me dripping my tea, it's because I'm really ill, not because I'm drinking tea trying to be warm. Send some shady ass message. But welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the rise of BBLs and surgeries, but focusing more on BBLs. I'm just going to say, if you don't watch the whole video and you leave a comment without watching the whole video, it doesn't make any sense. But if there's any questions or anything you guys want to ask or have a little discussion, that's cool. Like, everybody is entitled to their opinions, especially when it comes to surgery. And also, if I don't want to be hearing anything about, oh, what about getting your teeth done, that's surgery, oh, but I'm having surgery and going to the gym is just going to replace that, and what about this and what about that, trying to do too many comparisons. Some of these comparisons don't make sense. Some people say, oh, you're wearing a wig, isn't that changing a part of yourself? Or you're wearing lip gloss. That's the only thing I'm wearing, by the way, guys, just lip gloss. Or you're wearing some form of makeup, aren't you changing some part of yourself? That's not the same as surgery. So those just don't put that underneath. I don't understand how you're going to put surgery and wearing makeup as the same thing. I don't understand that. So I'm going to start off by saying that I personally wouldn't have surgery for anything unless I was advised to professionally. I have a lot of insecurities myself, that a lot of things that I think, oh, maybe, but I've never been pushed to the point where I think, oh, okay, I need to go and have surgery. But that's me personally and me just dealing with myself, but I'll come on to that later on. So you can't really deny what's been going on in terms of the rise of BBLs specifically and surgeries, and the impact that it's having on a lot of people and a lot of females. I'm just going to talk about females generally because that's the gender I'm more used to, if you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, more and more I've been seeing people talking about surgeries and everything, which is great. If you feel like you need to have surgery, you can. And you might be thinking, what? But you're trying to talk. No. I'm not here to bash anybody. This is not a bashing video. If you feel like you need to have surgery, you can. If you feel like you want to have surgery, you can. But me sitting here, if I feel like surgery ain't the best thing to do, that I don't think is the best thing for us girls to be doing unless we really have to, I'm allowed to say that as well. Understand what I'm saying? But it's mainly, I'm going to be talking about influencers. So I can understand the struggle for influencers when, especially in what they do, right? There's a lot of competition. You see one girl looking one way and she's got her boobs done, her bum done, her legs done, eye done, mouth done. She's done everything, right? And you're in the same field and you're competing, and that person has done a lot of these things to their body, seems to be doing much better than you, getting more offers, and it's more and more seen as you're scrolling through your Instagram page, your Facebook page, going through YouTube, and you see it and you're like, wait, I'm in the same field, I'm not getting the same kind of admiration, I'm not getting the same amount of money. I know people might be saying it's not about money, but sometimes it is. I'm not getting the same amount of money, and they've done all this stuff, and before they weren't, but they've had surgery and suddenly they're looking better. So a lot of influencers may feel like, oh, I need to hop in and get in with the game. That's one thing. That's not for all influencers. I'm not speaking for every single one. So everybody take a breath, take it easy, yeah? So they might feel that kind of way, and that's perfectly fine. Like I said, I don't know if I said it, but if you want to do surgery, it's fine. This ain't that type of video. I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm not here to bash it. And if you don't want to do surgery like I don't, that's fine as well. It's fine to talk about these things. I just think there's a time where it's come to a time where we influencers specifically need to take a bit more accountability. And yes, you are your own person, and there is the struggle of, I want to live my life and I want to do what I want to do and be me as a person and fix things about myself physically, and the struggle of that, and also having lots and lots of followers that will be looking up to me, but I still want to be my own person. And I think that's the main borderline problem, and that's why people get very aggravated when it comes to, oh no, I did it, and people are like, oh no, you've changed, blah blah blah. But you've got to understand, like, if anybody takes the decision to do plastic surgery, I don't think they're just thinking it's going to be an easy ride and it's a quick fix. But the only thing that I'm trying to say is, you guys out there are making it look like that. You're not talking about things, and you're not dealing with the processes. Now, the main person that lately that has talked about her journey is Miss R Fabulous. I think a lot of people, well, in Britain, know about her, and she owned up to everything that she's doing and never really hid anything. Well, I'm not to say if she hid anything, but she didn't really hide anything, and went through the process of explaining all these things to do in the surgery. And I think a lot of influencers should have to do that. And even though you might think, I'm doing this for me, you have to realize you're an influencer. You can't come with the excuse of, oh no, I'm not trying to be a role model, I'm not trying to be anything. Cut that out. Cut that out. Without your subscribers, without your following, without all those people surrounding you, you would not be an influencer. Point blank. There's no chats about that. Without those people, yeah, with your large following, you wouldn't be an influencer. You probably would not be where you are today without them. And doing a little explanation, going into the journey, and maybe possibly explaining why. You could talk about the difficulties, and sometimes it's not even a self-esteem issues. Add this on and I'll look good and I'll further my career. If people want to bash you, let them bash you, but be honest. I don't like the whole hiding thing, like the excuse behind, oh yeah, because I want to do what I did and nobody should have an opinion about it, let's not say anything. I'm not going to say anything to you guys, even though you've been following me from day one, and you don't need to know. That doesn't make sense. I think there has to be a point of accountability, of knowing of how you're making an impact. You know you make an impact when, let's say, you're more into fashion, right? You know you're making an impact because you have a large following, number one. You're getting brands coming up to you. So when you want to show off clothes, you're like, oh yeah, use my code, do this and that. And you're making a revenue off that. So you know what kind of impact you have. But then when you do something to yourself physically, as BBLs and surgery, then suddenly you don't want to explain into it. You don't want to, you suddenly forget that, oh no, I'm not impacting anyone. I'm not forcing anyone. Fair enough, but you could mentally be affecting someone, right? And just doing it like that without any explanation, without going through the struggles of how you got there, or even the reasons, explanation, I think is really not a good idea. And I feel like even if it wasn't for the biggest reason, there needs to be the talk of what is going on the inside, yeah? Because a lot of times I see out there a lot of young teenage girls going, I want to be like you when I grow up. Because a lot of, like, people post it like, oh, people want to be like me, blah blah blah. So how are you not impacting anyone if you're saying, oh yeah, screenshotting messages of they want to grow up and be like me, but not it doesn't make sense. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? It doesn't make sense. There should be more talk of going on what's on the inside mentally. And after you've gone through all of that, having those talks, brought those issues forward. Why do you want to have surgery? Do you think having surgery is going to make you feel any better when you come on the other side of it? All those different things. Financial costs as well. Surgery is not cheap, yeah? How you're going to deal with the aftermath of having surgery, all those little things taken in, how is it even gonna affect you as well? There are some people that wish that there's certain things they would have known because they're following people. I'll come back to that later. Following people, they wish they'd known, right? And you could have just been there, just a little bit support, a little bit more care, a little bit more talk, a bit more accountability instead of I can do what I want. I mean, I can walk into the middle of the road. As long as I cross the road and get there safely, it's fine. But there might have been a car crash because I just decided not to look left and right and I just walked. So, do you guys try what I'm trying to say? Like, you can do whatever you want, but sometimes you have to understand the impact it might have on somebody else. But I also want to say everybody's accountable for what they do as a person. If you're going to be looking at somebody that you feel like you look up to as a big sis or anything like that, you have to be very cautious. You don't have to do something because somebody else has done it. Yeah, it might be good for them, but you have to think about yourself as well. You might have to battle other issues that surgery can't fix. Surgery does not always fix everything, and sometimes it does. Sometimes people feel really bad about themselves and they go through these procedures, and after they've done everything, they're like, do you know what, I feel so much better. And do you know what, that's okay, but just take your time. That's the main message. Take your time. This is not a blame game, trying to point fingers at someone, but take your time. And influencers, people on social media, you need to have a little bit more accountability than I can do what I want. It's really a serious topic. I feel like people do all these things, and then after things go wrong, that's when they want to come on camera and say, oh, I wish I never did this. Oh, I'm gonna expose this. I should have never done this. But when you were benefiting of those surgeries or putting stuff in your body and doing all these other stuff, it was okay. But then when things go wrong, you guys want to sit in front of here and be like, oh my days, I shouldn't have done this. Like, just these are just preventative. What English am I speaking? God help me. Preventative measures. I think I'm going to do a second part, but I know that a lot of times people like to say social media is not real. There's a real aspect to it. It's the real life. It's just been smudged up a little bit. do you understand what I mean? And the effect it has on people is real. I've seen people that I follow that afterwards they've done certain things to themselves. They're like, you know what, I still feel down. I still feel down. Like, I thought this was gonna do something and it didn't. Or they're on the other spectrum, as in I'm seeing all these things are being glamorized towards me, and people have had these surgeries and they've managed to do this. But guys, you've got to be careful. You don't know how person A makes their money, person B makes their money. Do you know what it took for them to get there? Do you know the impact? The word of the day, impact. So you guys, you just have to be really careful out there and really take your time. Take time before you think, oh yeah, surgery is the best thing for you. But after you've dealt with everything, I just want to say as the last message, and I know you've already heard it, I feel like if it is an internal conflict, really take time to find out what the problem is. And after you've dealt with everything and you feel at peace, and then you feel like, I want to do the surgery, that's up to you. That's between you and yourself. And nobody should make you feel down about it at all. But those that come on here that have a platform, I'm not talking about people that have surgeries. There are lots of people that have surgeries and don't bang it out here on YouTube, let us know anything. But those that have a platform and do it and don't hold any accountability and say, I'm not a role model, blah, blah, blah. Quit lying to yourself. But yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope it wasn't, you guys didn't take it too seriously, because I didn't. I was just trying to get a little message out here. The most important thing is that you get the message. That's all I want. This ain't no bashing thing. This is a conversation. Things that need to be talked about. Things that just need to be realized that a little bit out here, and nobody should feel uncomfortable. If you have a different opinion to me about the rising of BBLs and surgeries or anything like that, let me know below. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not attacking anyone. Even if you attack me, do you know what? I can't stress myself. And just relax, take things easy, enjoy my channel, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video.